Welcome to Cricket Predicta. The name of the game is completely different. Yes, it's IPL. It had drama, it had data, it had sharp insight, but we also bring you fearless expert opinions, and that's what we are here for. Well, let's dive into last night's game. It's always nice when a team wins, the points they go up to the table, but when there is a rain delayed match like what happened yesterday, it was completely uh, rain marred. So the points were divided between the two teams, which was absolutely all right. But what it did, it created bloodbath on the table. I'll tell you how. The clash between Sunrisers Hyderabad and Delhi Capitals was washed out. The result pushes Delhi to 13 points because both the teams got 1 point each. Delhi hit 30, keeping them alive in the playoff race. Yes, the match that they shouldn't have won. They were all set to lose it. But rain gods had a different plan. They're now sitting pretty on the fifth place. Hyderabad, on the other hand, has now 7 points and slip into the eighth position. Delhi had managed to score 133 for 7 in the 20 overs, but Hyderabad did not even get a chance to open the batting because the rain had. That meant curtains for Pat Cummins and his team. Sunrisers are now officially out. With this loss, they are out. And for Akshar Patel's Delhi, though the dream is still alive, but they must win all their remaining matches. Hyderabad becomes the third team now to officially bow out of the championship, considering you had Rajasthan Royals and Chennai Super Kings earlier in the week who sat on the ninth and the 10th place respectively. Hyderabad still has games left against KKR, RCB, and Lucknow. Delhi, on the other hand, will face Punjab Kings, Gujarat Titans, and Mumbai Indians. So the thrill isn't over. Talking about last night's match and the pool table, we've got Paul Dinette, who joins us from Sydney. Paul is a famous podcaster and never holds back his opinion. Paul, do you think Delhi Capitals could have been through a tough position if the rain wouldn't have halted the situation yesterday? Your views?
Thank you for having me on the show. Yeah, look, I think so. 130 odd didn't look anywhere near enough. However, when the old adage of you've got to see both sides batting before you can really make a judgment of a pitch, and given that Pat Cummins was especially effective, I think that Mitchell Starc, although he's a different type of bowler, he could have been very dangerous in those conditions. It's a pity that Natarajan didn't get to bowl. I was eager to see his first outing after a long time in the IPL. Then it would have been fascinating to see what the spinners could have done. Was it the pitch that was really going to suit the spin? Maybe it was a pitch more for the quicks, but I still think that especially Kuldeep Yadav is pretty effective on all wickets. So it could have been one of those ones where it was a low-scoring classic. We've seen 133 defended before, but not very often. So I think it's definitely, put it this way, I don't think Delhi were complaining when the rain started falling.
What has emerged a major challenge for Delhi Capitals last night? They look completely out of sorts. Your views?
Well, I don't think you need a whole lot to go wrong in the IPL for the wheels to kind of fall off because the teams are so evenly matched. I don't think Delhi have been terrible in recent games. I mean, last night they just got blown away on a difficult pitch, and Pat Cummins, when the conditions are sort of replicating what you'll get in a Test match, then he's one of the very best in the world. The game before against KKR, they really should have got those runs. They got marooned in the middle order. Some good spin held them in check. Dropped catch didn't help from Abhishek Parel. And the loss before that to RCB, again, I think with the exception of Stubbs, who was explosive in the middle order, they just lacked a little bit of firepower in that middle order. When they probably assembled their side at the start of the season, when looking at where their firepower was going to come from, a lot of it was going to be from Jake Fraser-McGurk, who obviously hasn't been featuring in recent matches because his form was so poor. That has probably harmed them a little bit. And yeah, they're in the position now where they still can qualify for the semi-finals, but it's more likely that they won't than they will. And that wasn't looking like that even a week and a half ago.
Well, let's talk about Tristan Stubbs. His 41-run knock for Delhi in this rain-affected game. Does he deserve to be promoted up the order? Your views?
Yeah, I do think that. And anyone who's seen me speak before might think, oh, Paul, all you do is call for lower order batters to bat up higher in the order. But I was heartened to see that Harshal Bhogle was calling for the same thing the other day. And I understand that you want to have explosive batters lower down the order, But I really do think that when you have talented players, your first thought should be, let's see if we can get them facing the most balls possible, because if they happen to come off, then the potential upside is enormous. So Tristan Stubbs this year, it hasn't been quite as dominant as a year, quite as dominant a year as I'd potentially thought, because last year I was really impressed with him. But he's still averaging about 50 odd at a strike rate of around about 150. So, yeah, I think if I was Delhi Capitals, I'd have been tempted to whack him straight up the top of the order when they dropped Jake Fraser McGurk and open with Tristan Stubbs then. So I was really pleased to see him play a really good innings last night, and it just underlines what a fine player he is.
Well, now moving on to today's match, let's get the blockbuster ready. At the 56th match of the IPL, today it's Mumbai Indians versus Gujarat Titans at the Wankhede Stadium. Both teams have 14 points. Mumbai edges ahead with a better net run rate, yes, and sits third, while Gujarat is close behind on the fourth. This match is more than just a battle, it's a virtual qualifier. The winner will take the giant step into the playoffs, and the loser will have to work hard again and ensure all the matches are won with a significant margin. Well, joining me is Stanley Chiodza. Of course, Stanley Chiodza is a famous coach who's currently based in Dubai's Sport of Cricket Academy at the Emirates Hills, and he joins me from there. Stanley, always a pleasure to have you on the show. GT has dominated head-to-head clash against Mumbai Indians, but playing against Mumbai Indians in the fortress at the Wankhede is a different thing altogether. What are your views about the match today?
So, Neil, thank you once again for having me on the show, and what a fantastic day to be watching the IPL. It's the clash of the Titans, top of the table encounter, and one that will obviously live for the expectations of many who support these teams. Tell you what, Mumbai Indians is on a roll. They've won their last 6 matches, hence they're coming into this match obviously breathing fire and with a lot of confidence. However, the head-to-head is a quite different story altogether. Gujarat Titans, obviously 4 games to 2 over Mumbai Indians. And the interesting part is that Gujarat Titans at one point were 2-1 down to Mumbai, and they've won the last 3. So momentum, obviously, in terms of the head-to-head comparison, lies in the camp of Gujarat Titans. However, the one thing that makes this encounter a little more exciting is the fact that these are 2 of the best teams possibly in the IPL this year. And the important part for me is that the fact that very little injuries to talk about, and hence there are full squads. Okay, bar obviously the fact that Mitch Santana is struggling with his finger, but there's chances that he could also play for Gujarat Titans. The return of Kagiso Rabada just instills a bit more stealth and more bite and more teeth into a bowling attack that is also breathing fire, joining Mohammad Siraj, Krishna, and obviously backed up in the spin department by Rashid Khan and Syed Kishore. The Wankhede Stadium, high scoring, but also in terms of pace and bounce, it's a seamless paradise. And when you talk about seamless paradise, you look at that bowling attack of Mumbai, it's breathing fire. Good performance versus Rajasthan Royals, clinical performance, bowling them out for 117. The resurgence of Trent Bolt in the power play, 16 wickets already, 8 up front in the power play, 8 in the back end, has led the responsibility with regards to that bowling department in the absence of Bumrah. Bumrah, the return, he comes back, he adds even more stealth. Mitch Santana obviously struggling with a bit of fitness there, but I'm sure, and I'm looking forward to seeing him play in this encounter. Bring in the captain, Hardik Pandya, as well. So it's a fantastic bowling attack. I think it's probably one of the most balanced together with the Gujarat Titans, and hence it is the clash of the Titans. But however, looking at the head-to-head, you would feel that, for me, importantly, the one thing about Gujarat Titans and what makes this encounter for me important in the sense that I think Gujarat Titans is the team, that can tame a Mumbai Indians, is how they go about their business. They've got this ability just to slow things down. You know how the T20 matches of nowadays get played. It's a fast-paced game, but Gujarat Titans have got this ability of just to put the handbrake on the opposition batting teams and just slow things down and force teams to play with their tempo. Can they do that today and hopefully make it 5/2?
Well, now let us bamboozle you by throwing you another stat. Mumbai has lost 3 successive games against GT in the last 3 games. Is this going to be a big positive for the visitors who are coming and playing in Mumbai? We're talking about Gujarat Titans this time. Your views.
So now I suppose the one thing that Mumbai can say is the last victory, GT over Mumbai, says that Mumbai were all over the place. Okay, they were clueless in exactly what it is that they wanted to do. Their combinations were all over the place. However, key players are back in form. Rohit Sharma is scoring. Key bowlers are back. Bumrah is back into the return. Key bowlers are now bowling well. Trent Bolt taking wickets, 16 wickets already in the season. So all is now moving well. It's now a well-oiled team in terms of gelling together, in terms of combinations, in terms of a clear game plan. However, the one factor about Gujarat Titans, like I said earlier, is how they know for a fact they've let the ball go. Started off very well, but in the back end, having lost 2 matches in the last 5, they know they've created lines of weakness, which also I'm sure Mumbai would have been watching closely, and Mumbai will be looking to capitalize on that. So such is the difference in terms of winning matches. When you win matches, you start to solidify those lines of weaknesses. When you start to lose, you start to widen the gaps inside your team. So both teams will be well and aware of this. However, Gujarat Titans at this moment in time, they know what it means to be able to beat Mumbai Indians, and especially gunning for those 2 points. The important factor for Gujarat Titans, especially, is having to bank on what worked against the Mumbai Indians in the past, and they'll look to bring that into play. And some of the things that they'll be counting on, obviously, is that their top order is scoring runs. Their top 3 has been brilliant. And when you look at it on a personal level, you bring in Jos Buttler, 591 runs at an average of 53, 100, 450s against Mumbai alone. So obviously all eyes will be on Jos Buttler coming in at that number 3 spot. So that's an area that obviously those personal best will look to get played. And you know Jos Buttler, he likes to score runs, and he likes the ball coming onto the bat. You look at Mumbai Indians, they'll also be banking on the likes of Surya Kumar Yadav. Wow, what a fantastic player. He's one player that I'm actually looking out for in this match, especially those two. Jos Buttler, Surya Kumar Yadav, and any encounter between these two always brings about sparks and highlights for the match. But yes, having lost 3 matches, it's always something that is playing on the back of your mind. However, you have to get over it quickly. The fact that you're playing at home, yes, I think for me this is a match that is a battle of the seamers. Mohammad Siraj, Rabada, he's back. Krishna was already leading with the purple cap, plenty of wickets there. And then you look at the Mumbai Indians bowling attack. So it's a seamers day, hoping obviously the weather stays away to make sure that this encounter is played to the full and it reaches its maximum hype. So they don't want to lose the 4th consecutive one, but importantly, it's all about the points. The playoffs are hitting up.
Well, it's time to now welcome Sharandeep Singh. Of course, Sharandeep Singh is a former Indian off spinner, former national selector, coach of Delhi team, and now, of course, the Delhi Ranji team, and who's now a commentator in the house. Sharandeep, welcome to the show. The question is, the chasing side has won 65 out of the 121 matches played at the Wankhede Stadium. This is the T20 fact, but we're not talking about which team or how, but we're talking about under the situations, current circumstances. If the team chasing second, which one do you fancy the most? Is it the Mumbai, a better chaser, than the Gujarat Titans? Your views.
Both the teams are playing really well cricket, winning all their games, and especially their batting lineups. Both teams have a power pack batting lineup. If you talk about Mumbai Indians, Rohit Sharma, Suryakumar Yadav, Rick Kelton, the new opener, he's performing really well for Mumbai Indians, especially Tilak Verma. He chips in really well and playing some crucial knock for them also. And from Gujarat Titans, the captain Shubman Gill, man, he's in a fabulous form. Sai Sudarshan, he's batting beautifully, playing the anchoring role all the time, and Jos Buttler, then he's using all his experience for international cricket for Gujarat Titans, batting at number 3, and the way he's batting, he's totally right now at the moment we can say the backbone of Gujarat Titan batting lineups. So let's hope for the good game, and especially the game is in Wankhede, where we see lots of runs will be happen, and hopefully we are gonna see the very good big match today between Mumbai Indians and the Gujarat Titans.
Well, when we're talking about game changer, when we're talking about Mumbai Raja, Do you think it's going to be Rohit Sharma who's going to be the key differentiator between the two teams in the head-to-head between the team? Is he the only one man standing in this overall scheme of things? Your views?
He's getting his form back, and the way he's playing is so beautifully, and he is one of the best players that Mumbai Indians ever had. And today's game in Wankhede, his hometown, so we hopefully seeing some big knocks today from Rohit Sharma. Means he's the one we can, if he stand on the crease, he'll be gonna make a big 100 today. So hopefully we see that a good game of cricket from the both the side, Gujarat Titans and Mumbai Indians. Okay, guys, let's move on. Let's see on the Wankhede Stadium. Get back to the Chivis. Come on.
Well, thank you, Sharandeep. We'll let you go, but also invite CM Gautam. Of course, CM Gautam is the former Mumbai Indians player. He's got a nice tee of action with the golf. But today he's talking about the game of cricket and his favorite team, Mumbai Indians. Gautam, welcome to the show. What does GT need to do in power play, considering they're facing two of the biggest bulldozers of the T20, Rohit Sharma and Rickelton, the MI openers? Your views?
Yeah, hi. Firstly, thanks for having me on this show. Rohit and Rickelton have been batting exceedingly well in this year's IPL in the past few games. So in order to stop them, I think you need to both the seam ups, use the swing, use the bounce. Usually, Wankhede pitch helps the fast bowlers initially. So I think GT should use Prasidh Krishna and Ishant Sharma really well in the power play. And if the wicket grips, I think they can use the over of Rashid Khan as well. So I think that should be the focus of GT in order to stop Rickelton and Rohit Sharma in today's game. And they both have been batting exceedingly well, laying the foundation for the other batsmen to come and play freely. So that's been their hallmark in the last few games for Mumbai Indians. But at the same time, for GT, Prasidh Krishna and Ishant Sharma has been bowling really well, and they have to trouble those middle-order batsmen as well. So I think that should be the strategy. Use the swing, use the bounce, and pick up a few wickets in the power play and control the Mumbai Indians' scoring rate.
Thank you, Gautam. We move on to our second question. Before we let you go, does the Mumbai Indian need to play an extra pacer in today's game, considering that 57% of the wickets are taken in by the pacers at the top of the end? Your views?
Yes, considering the Wankhede pitch which favors the pacers with their bounce and swing, I think MI can add another fast bowler supporting Bumrah and Trent Bowles. And at the same time, GT middle order has not been tested apart from those top three at the top. So I think they can use the extra medium pacer, and at the same time they can attack the other batsmen as well. So they should try to stop the top three in Shubman Gill, Sai Sudarshan and Josh Butler, who has been batting exceedingly well in this tournament. So for that, I think the swing and the seam is very important, and be disciplined outside off stump. They have to hit those right channels to stop these batsmen, because these batsmen, they rely on the timing, especially Sudarshan and Shubman Gill. So I think you need to be extremely disciplined. And at the same time, if you bowl any bad balls, I think they have the ability to put it away. So you have to be very careful bowling to them. And extra spin, extra medium pacer will certainly add value in MI's camp.
Thank you, CM Gautam. Now we invite Paul Dinette back again. Well, it's now getting a little complicated, and for our fans, we need to explain the upcoming matches in the playoffs game. RCB versus LSG. Well, SRH and KKR are with 16 points. Punjab versus Delhi Capitals, Mumbai Indians and Rajasthan Royals, 15 points. Mumbai Indians versus GT PBK as Delhi has 14 points. What you see on the screen is it's getting a little complicated. Paul, help us understand the current playoffs situation. Your views?
Yes, the rain has made things interesting. Mumbai and Gujarat would not be happy at the fact that Delhi got saved last night, because they have a better net run rate than Delhi. So effectively, I mean, things can change, but effectively the way they'd have been looking at it was, we're almost got an extra point. It's not showing on the table, but the extra net run rate that we have gives us effectively an extra point over Delhi. Well, that's gone now, because Delhi has actually gained a real extra point that they weren't looking like getting. So what this means is the next game between Gujarat and Mumbai coming up is especially interesting because we've all think, that Mumbai is favourites to win the whole thing now. They've won 5 in a row, they're flying. If they were to lose this game, though, that would mean that they'd have actually played 12 games relative to Delhi have only played the 11. If Delhi were to then win their next game, which won't be easy because they've got to go up to Dharamshala and take on Punjab, then they could actually jump above them, and Gujarat would be above them as well. So, at least temporarily, Mumbai could be out of the top 4 positions if those results came to pass, which, given, as I said, Mumbai are currently the favourites to win the overall tournament, would be quite surprising. So cricket, always interesting things being thrown up.
Well, of course, in this intense battle of points table, drama, everything thrilling, one last ball over finish, MS Dhoni chasing, Virat Kohli scoring, orange cap drama, everything aside, there was a little tweet by the Iceland Cricket Board, and I'm sure Bala is behind that, and it brought us a smile. Yes, it reads out on a rainy day at the place where you actually visited, Paul, the capital of Iceland. I can't pronounce it for the life of me. We give you our IPL 2025 Frauds and Scammers 11 team. Now, it has some of the big names, including Pant, Maxwell, Livingstone, Mohammad Shami, and Ishan Kishan. What do you make up of this tweet? Did it bring some smile, considering you have your Australian Glenn Maxwell there as well? Tell me about the impact. Have you stopped taking humors in the stride, or is it too serious to offend your views?
Yeah, you've got to have a laugh. I love that Icelandic cricket Twitter account. I've been aware of it for ages. They claim that they are the official Iceland, they're affiliated with Iceland cricket's official setup, and they're probably correct, but you've got to realise just how small Iceland is. I've been to Iceland. It is one of the best countries I've ever been to. All those indices around, happiness and low rate of crime and peace index, it's always first. It's I really respect what a great country it is. But the population, you remember when I was in India and in Delhi, and that night I went to Old Delhi and walked around in Old Delhi, and the most amazing experience. That small walled area of Old Delhi, I think the population of that is roughly the same as the whole of Iceland. They're famously, back in the days when people still had phone books, their prime minister's name was in the phone book. And when I was in Iceland, that's what they said. The guy said, "Yep, it's true. If you want to ring the prime minister up of Iceland, you just open the phone book up, look up their name, and you can call them up." I don't think you can do that with Narendra Modi. They're probably entitled to have a bit of fun. I do have to take some exception to the one particular exception to the team that they've chosen. How is Glenn Maxwell in the team? Glenn Maxwell is a specialist bowler. He has been fantastic throughout this IPL. Last I checked, he had the lowest economy rate of any bowler in the Punjab Kings, and it's a big loss to them with his finger that he's no longer going to be able to be in the side and bowl for them, because the bonus is he can bat a bit as well. He hasn't shown it in this IPL or last IPL, but he can sometimes score some runs. I'll never stop supporting Glenn Maxwell. I'll tell you who should be in the side instead is poor old Karim Janat, the bowler who came in for one game for Gujarat Titans, his IPL debut, one of the great nights of his life, and got hit for 30 runs by a 14-year-old and hasn't been seen since. I think he should be in the side and possibly captain even ahead of Rishabh Pant. Also, Sunil, you sent me a list of potential exclusions that you thought might be worthy of being in the side. I've got to take issue with you there on Shashank Singh. I think that's pretty harsh. He's averaging about 50 in the IPL this year. I certainly don't think that he deserves to be in that side. But yeah, Icelandic cricket, love it. On there they said cricket was invented in Iceland in 975 AD. So I think that tells you all you need to know about that count's attitude.
Well, there you had it. We had 4 of the best voices of the game talking about stats, talking about the movement in the points table, net run rate. It can get complicated, but also a little bit of smile with that. Yes, a little sarcastic, fantastic tweet from the Iceland cricket that gave us a lot of reason and the chatter. Well, the show is called Cricket Predictor, brought to you by 1xBet. I'm Sunil Ashkalra, signing off from the beautiful Marbella Resorts on the Flag Islands periphery and requesting you not to touch the report. We'll be back after a short commercial break. Don't go anywhere else.
For more such videos, subscribe to the Newsx YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.